My next guest is going to be taking on Derrick Lewis coming up here at UFC Fight Night on February 20th. It is Curtis Blaydes back here on the program. Curtis, how's it going, man?
I'm going well, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good to see this fight rescheduled. I know you figured this was going to happen, but was there ever a point as the weeks were going on that you were worried this might not take place?
No. We had already heard Derrick Lewis had already told the matchmakers that I was the guy he wanted to fight, so the fight was it never was in doubt.
For sure. And was this the right, time for you to get this fight in terms of it being, in February, or were you hoping it a little bit earlier? What would have sort of been the ideal time for you?
Oh, no, this is fine. Previously we had discussed me headlining the January 20th card in Abu Dhabi, and I agreed to that, but then they swapped us out for Neil, and then he pushed us a month later. But it wasn't a problem. I only needed like a month just to get over the COVID.
No, for sure. And nice not having to go to Abu Dhabi, I'm sure, all that extra travel, right? A big guy like you, a long flight like that, I'm sure that's not that great, right?
Yeah, it wouldn't have been ideal.
No.
Although I did hear from Neil, they flew everyone first class.
Oh, perfect. Well, there you go. So that would have been, well, we'll see if that ever ends up happening, you fighting at Fight Island at some point. You must also be happy to see that Stipe Miocic and Francis Ngannou is booked just to move along the division. I'm sure you caught that. I think it was last week or week before.
Yeah, I had heard the news of it like being in works about a month and a half ago, and then it felt good to see that was officially happening, and now we can have like a trajectory. Like if I beat Derrick Lewis and we go from there.
No, absolutely. Why do you think it took so long to rebook that fight?
I don't know. Maybe the money. I don't know.
Well, I was thinking too, maybe with Jon Jones entering the picture, maybe they're going to insert him in. Like, did that cross your mind at all, that maybe they're going to pull a fast one and put Jones in that title shot instead of Ngannou?
Initially, that was a possibility, but then as the weeks pushed on, I could tell that Jon was willing to wait. He wanted to watch Ngannou and Stipe go at it, and then he might get the winner. I don't know. We don't know what's going on, because he might also get the winner of the light heavyweight belt. So Jon's in like weird flux right now.
No, he is. And by the way, I should correct myself. The fight was never originally matched, the Stipe Ngannou fight. I just meant it was a rematch. I said rebooked, so don't want the trolls coming after me for that one. But let's talk about Derrick Lewis. Obviously, we know what he's going to do. He's going to try and take your head off. He's not much of a wrestler, not much of a ground guy. You're more of a wrestler. Am I missing anything here? That's kind of how I'm looking at this matchup.
No, that's pretty much the meat and potatoes right there.
Mm-hmm. That's good. And training camp, I saw you got the Usman brothers over there. Kamaru obviously training for his fight with Gilbert Burns. And Mo Usman, who if people haven't seen Mo Usman, this guy, I've been following his career for a while. I see he's down there training with you guys. How much of a boost is it having him in training camp? Because he's going to be in the PFL season.
Yeah, it's nice always having another heavyweight body, because we never have as many bodies as the lighter guys, like the lightweights and the welterweights. They have a dozen guys to interchange and get different looks and all that. So it's always good to get a different look. He brings more pressure. He's got wrestling, and he swings heavy and hard. He's almost like a Derrick Lewis, just maybe an inch height difference, and like he's a better wrestler. He's a better wrestler than Derrick.
Yeah. No, and which must give you a lot of confidence going into this fight, just, getting to work with a high-level training partner like that. What about Kamaru? I'm sure you're not training with him because he's a welterweight, but how is he looking in the gym ahead of his fight against Gilbert Burns?
Oh, he looks great. He trains a lot with Gaethje. They do a lot of their rounds together, and they go at it. It's wars. And I know Usman on what's today, Wednesday. So yesterday at sparring, he did a bunch of rounds. I don't know how many, but he did over 5 rounds, like back to back to back to back to back. So he's in great shape. He looks great.
That's awesome. Do you get the sense that they're going to join your team, or is it just for this camp, just because Usman obviously can't train at Sanford?
I don't know. Usman, he's been coming out here for months now, off and on, training with Gaethje. And then he brought his brother out this time. And I think he had a good time out here, a good experience. He liked the vibe at the gym. We had good rounds. He helped me. I helped him. So it's a possibility. It's like even if they don't officially join, the fact that we have the connection now is, I have no problem reaching out to Muhammad and asking him if he wants to come out again and help.
Good stuff, man. That's awesome. And got to mention Alistair Overeem. How's he looking ahead of his fight with Volkov? I'm sure easy for him because you already defeated Volkov, so you sort of have an idea of what Overeem can expect.
Yeah, I did my best to give him whatever insight I could give him. Like I told him Volkov's a lot heavier than he looks. I thought he wasn't gonna be that heavy. He's a lot heavier than he looks. He's got great conditioning. He's very smart. So Alistair, he knows all these things. He's also very smart. He's also has very good conditioning, and I think he's going to have the grappling advantage just like I did. But he's a better jiu-jitsu player, so I think he'll have an easier time at like controlling Volkov using his jiu-jitsu skills.
Any other training partners I'm missing in there? Those seem like all the sort of the bigger guys in terms of your team. Who else are you getting to work with?
Just the normal guy. Oh, we got a light heavyweight. He's going to be fighting this week for LFA. Zach Paunga. He's like my main training partner. He's helped me, I think, the most when it comes to jiu-jitsu because he's a natural. He's only been doing it for less than me, but he's picked it up so fast that he helps me. My jiu-jitsu has grown since we started drilling together.
Now, did Dominic Reyes ever come and train with you guys at all? Because I know he's got his fight coming up with Yuri. So how did Dom look? And I'm sure it was good to reunite with him for a bit because I know you guys haven't trained in a while.
I mean, he was out here for about a week because he came out here to be introduced to a mutual friend of ours. He just had a baby, so he came out here to meet her. And then we trained for about a week. But he's done a majority of his camp back in Cali. But we talk, and I know he's going to be prepared. I know he's going to be ready. I know he learned a lot from that last fight. I think he's going to come out there and get the W.
And last teammate I got to bring up, I know a good friend of yours, Neil Magny. I know things didn't go his way last week in that main event, but how's Neil doing? I know he's a positive guy, but I'm sure he's disappointed in the outcome.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, he's a little disappointed. Like, it's still fresh. It's only been a week. So he's healthy, though. He's already back in the gym. He was there this morning doing strength and conditioning with us. And he's already talking about getting back in there, like, in like 2 months. Because he didn't get hurt at all. He basically lost a grappling match. And those are hard, but the good thing about it, you don't take the damage.
That's a good point. Yeah, so a little bit fresher to get back in there and compete. Your corner, what's that going to look like for this fight?
Same old Vinny, my striking coach, Cody, my jiu-jitsu professor, Austin, and Zach.
Oh, excellent. And how do you see this fight playing out on the 20th? Obviously, we know you're going to implement your wrestling, but how do you envision the fight playing out?
I envision him either coming out aggressively and me taking him down immediately, or him kind of being like more of a counter striker and him slowly going to the back towards the cage with his back heels, and then me just being able to walk him down and get to his hips and rinse and repeat until he breaks.
Obviously, a lot at play here. We talked about this. Jon Jones is in the equation. You've got the Stipe Ngannou rematch. I mean, I've been saying this for a while. I mean, you've done more than enough outside of not beating Ngannou to get a title shot, right? So I'm sure you're in that zone. But is there anyone else? I'm just even trying to think who you could even fight if you win this fight. It would have to be maybe, would you fight Rosenstruik if you beat Gane? I mean, that seems like the only matchup left for you at heavyweight, right?
Yeah, I mean, they ended up giving the next title shot to Jon. If Rosenstruik were to win, I'd take him. If not, I'd just wait.
Do you think he beats Gane? There are a lot of people are saying Gane is the real deal. Of course, he's kind of like a protege in Ngannou. He trains with the same coach and his old coach anyways. Yeah, do you think Gane has a chance to beat him?
I do. He's got some pretty diverse he likes the kicks and the teeps and all types of those kicks, but I haven't seen him in like against a real dangerous opponent. I know Junior's legit, but Junior has slowed down. He's not the same Junior, I think, after what Ngannou did, and then after what I did, and after what Jorginho did, he's not the same. So it's hard to glean a lot from that fight. But I think Jorginho's got the power to make him pay for just like Junior just allowed him just to walk him down and just kick him at will. I think Jorginho, who's also a former kickboxer on his homeland, I can't pronounce it, but they've got a lot of great kickboxers. I think he's got the power and like the style to hang with. Again, I think it's gonna be a good fight. And like I said, if Jorginho wins, he's an option.
What did you think of JDS saying that stoppage was controversial against Gane? Because I think most people watched it thinking like, no, it was a legit stoppage.
No, it was legit. Like you kind of like I think he believes it was illegal, but from the bird's eye view, like we're watching it, he got hit on the side. This is legal. This is illegal. This is legal. He got hit on the side, and then he kind of like he froze. And when you stop, like the referees, this is heavyweight. They don't give us the leniency they give it to little guys. Like if you stop them, then they're going to jump in just to protect you.
No, I agree. Before we get out of here, imagine playing lots of Call of Duty. What's downtime looking like right now?
Lots of Madden and lots of books. I've been buying a lot of
graphic novels. Yeah, nice.
I'm into Lord of the Rings. I got one of those, and then I got an Alien versus Predator one. I've been reading them.
That's good. How's your daughter doing, by the way? I'm sure she's getting bigger
great.
by the day.
Yeah, she's taller than everyone else's kid, boy or girl.
Right. Might have something to do with her dad, just a little bit, you know?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. What's she into, like, on Netflix? That's something I'm curious. My kid's into Number Blocks right now. That's, like, his favorite show. He's 3. He's going to be 4 in September.
Yeah, I think he's a little above Harley. She's 2.5 right now, but
yeah,
she's into Coco Melon.
Yeah, Coco Melon. My son's into that, too. Yeah. That's, like, one of his go-tos, so that's funny, man.
Into that one. Then this random one, it's, like, Blippy. It's like a human. So,
yeah.
So it's a dude, and he just does weird stuff, but she laughs. Like, he makes her laugh. I don't get it. But she giggles all the time watching that guy. So
yeah, but you probably know all the songs like I do. Like, it's crazy. Like, throughout the day, I'll just be like, man, something stuck in my head, and then I hear it on the show, and it's like, oh, that's why. It's like they do it on purpose, so it's like, it makes you want to watch it or something. I don't know. So there you go. Curtis.
It gets in your head.
Yeah, no, for sure. Curtis, thanks so much for the time as always. Always great catching up with you, man. Really glad to see this fight rebooked. It's going to be February 20th, UFC Fight Night. Anyone you want to thank, any sponsors, any social media, the floor is yours.
I'd like to thank my coaches at Elevation. I'd like to thank all my training partners. I'd like to give a shout out to my management company, Hainer Sports. And I'd like to give a shout out to one of my newer sponsors. It's a local dispensary out here in Colorado, Wolfpack. So I'd like to give a shout out to Wolfpack. And that's it.